Checky McCheck checks. 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, check. I like to make sure everything looks good. And it looks like it looks good. Chase Lee Hockey here with the blue futon. Oh, let's get a little. Ooh, 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 ooh. More. There we go. Oh, maybe more this way. Anyway, we are doing the Oscar predictions for this month of December, and we are going to have fun with this one because we have no idea what is actually going to occur. And what I like doing about this is I don't see this in quite some time, and I like going back to it with all the movies I have seen. So a lot of stuff has changed in the movie world, but let's see if anything's going to change on my list. So right now I have One Battle, Marty, Hamnet, Sinners, Begonia, Sentimental Value, Wicked, No Other Choice, It Was Just an Accident, and Frankenstein. According to Gold Derby, we have One Battle, Sinners, Hamnet, Sentimental, Marty, It Was Just an Accident, Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, and Avatar is their number 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 10 is Begonia. So this is what they have for their top 10 right now. Things I think are going to change. Seeing some of these critic circles happen and things like that, so I might change also actor and actresses and things like that. But how I'm seeing it, I'm gonna have to put Wicked for Good. I might take Wicked for Good out and switch it for something very bonkers, right? I have a feeling The Secret Agent has a chance of getting in. If Wagner Moura and maybe Secret Agent gets a screenplay nomination in international, it has a chance. But here's the weird thing. It was just an accident with the director getting arrested in Iran just right now. I have a weird feeling it was just an accident that's going to win, but I think Wicked might be out. We are changing Wicked out, and we're going to put 3 international films in Best Picture. You heard me right. I am going with One Battle, Marty, Hamnet, Sinners, Begonia, Sentimental Value, No Other Choice, It Was Just an Accident, Frankenstein, and Secret Agent. I am taking Wicked out. It sounds like Avatar, Fire and Ice is just the second one, part 2, and you could tell that from the trailer. Like, it's like, oh, we're on the water planet, and now we're on the fire planet. So I just felt like it had never had a chance, and if you look throughout these videos, I never had Avatar in. So I could say I was right, but I do think Secret Agent has a good chance of getting it in now. And of course, that means I might have to change some of my actor choices. All right, here we go. For director, I had Paul Thomas, Chloe Zhao, Ryan Coogler, Jafar Panahi, and Park Chan-wook. And according to Gold Derby, it's Paul Thomas, Chloe Zhao, Ryan Coogler, Joaquin Trier, and Jafar Panahi. I don't know. I just watched Sentimental Value. I just don't see it. I still do not see it. This is the one where I think I'm going to keep it this way. I know Park Chan-wook is a crazy choice. I know it is. And it almost is like, oh, do you put the Secret Agent director in? I still don't think that's a good choice. I'm sticking strong with this one. I mean, maybe I would personally, I would probably put Marty Supreme over Ryan Coogler, but of course there'd be so much damn backlash for that. I'm watching Hamnet on Friday, so I'll see how that movie plays out. But director, I'm still pretty safe, and I feel confident with this 5. Again, the Park Chan-wook is the odd man out, but with some of these, you got to have at least some fun because, it's really just started. All right, what do we have next? We have actress, and I had Buckley, Renee Reinsfield, Emily Stone, Cynthia Erivo, and Rose Barnes. And according to Gold Derby, it's Jessie Buckley, Rizvi, Erivo, Stone, Siegfried. I think I'm still going to keep it. I know people are thinking about, oh, what about, let me see if this sounds right still. All right. Yeah, Rose Barnes did get a couple critics things, so that's why I think I'm going to keep Rose Barnes for now. And this is another category where I think it seems safe. Some people are maybe saying Kate Hudson for a song sung Blue. It seems like that's dying out a little bit. Chase Infinity is too new. And I just think I like this 5. Honestly, could Cynthia Erivo be knocked out? That might actually come down to 5, actually. I like that a little bit better. I think she's dropping down too, let's be honest. I like that 5 in that order. What do you guys think? Because if I took Cynthia out, it would probably be Amanda Seyfried, but I still think they're going to nominate the Wicked Girls. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of people not liking this one. All right. So this has changed a lot, if you could tell. We have Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jesse Plemons, Ethan Hawke, and Lee Byung-hun. As you could tell, I haven't been a fan of Michael B. Jordan. I never really have gained an Oscar nomination. But it seems like Ethan Hawke is kind of maybe not getting an Oscar nomination either. But I love Jesse Plemons and Begonia. I'm still holding out for Timothy Leo and Jesse Plemons. So it looks like I am taking Ethan Hawke out to put in Wagner Moura. It seems like that is a done deal. It seems like it. So even though I haven't seen A Secret Agent, so I had to give it a shot, but it seems like it's too good to fail now with seeing critic circles going for it as well as other people. So I'm going to say, Shawnee Mac, number 1. What's up? What's up? I hope everything is good on your end. I just saw that, so I'm sorry if I didn't see it and how long you've been there, but pretty good on my end. Let me know, just comment, and if I'm screwing up any of these choices. To me, though, this category, let's be honest, actor is very, very unknown because Train Dreams is slowly gaining steam, right? And I just think Michael B. Jordan is playing a twin, and who had a better twin performance this year? Robert Pattinson in Mickey 17. You cannot not deny that. What else? I mean, George Clooney, Dwayne Johnson. I'm still going Lee Byung-hun. I still feel like there's a freak chance he could get in there if no other choice makes it in there. So my new 5, I did take Ethan Hawke out, even though I think Blue Moon's a fantastic freaking film. I really love Blue Moon. But I think I'll take it out and put Wagner Moura because I do like No Other Choice, which I am seeing No Other Choice tomorrow with a Q&A. So I'm pretty excited for that one, and I'll see what's more about that. But I got to have at least some faith for some crazy stuff out there. All right, thank you. Much love to you as well. Shout out to you as well because you are my brother right now. All right, what do we have right now? We have Best Supporting Actress, and I'm changing this order. We have me, I have Tiana Taylor, Amy Madigan, Ariana Grande, Ellie Fanning, and Inga, Liza Ha. I can't say her name. Anyway, so if you're on a betting app, which I am, guilty as charged, I'm on Kalshi, and I have already made 2 Oscar bets right there. Those are my 2 Oscar bets. Amy Madigan to win Supporting Actress and Timothée Chalamet to win Best Actor. So I put my money where my mouth is. Timothée Chalamet is at 66% chance of winning. Amy Madigan is at 16% chance. I have faith in that. So Amy Madigan is moving to my number 1 spot. What are you doing? I don't like Ariana Grande. Here's the thing. I don't know if Ellie Fanning is going to make it anymore. I've watched Sentimental Value. Could I just be that the emotional baggage of that movie just didn't hit? It could just be me. I just wasn't feeling it. So I'm going to have to take her out. I think the sister did a little bit of a better job. So the 5th spot, though, what do I think it's going to be? Could it be the Gwyneth Paltrow? Could it be the Regina Hall? I mean, you could say Wonmi Mazaku. I know I said her name wrong. Got a Critics' Choice. But I'm going to go back to Gwyneth Paltrow for Marty Supreme. I don't know why. That's a gut feeling. Ellie Fanning can be put back in. But for this month, I'm going to have to take her out for Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't know, something about it, like I said, after watching Sentimental Value, I just don't have the feels for that movie anymore. All right, let's go save. And next, Best Supporting Actor, we have me, Stellan Skarsgård, Sean Penn, Paul Mescal, Delroy Lindo, and Benicio del Toro. According to the Gold Derbies and the professionals, Sean Penn, Stellan Skarsgård, Paul Mescal, Benicio del Toro, and Jacob Elordi. I had a weird dream that Sean Penn actually got snubbed like a couple weeks ago just because of the Ukraine and him dissing the Oscars. I just don't see Sean Penn winning. He's going to get nominated. Do I see him winning, though? I don't think so. Jacob Elordi is a very interesting choice for Frankenstein, but I'm sticking my gut out with these 5, right? I mean, Benicio del Toro can go up for sure. I think that seems pretty safe. I don't know, Delroy Lindo, I'm still feeling that for Sinners. Like, out of all the actors from Sinners, to me, Delroy Lindo is the best one. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. So, can I be biased? Absolutely. Like me saying Wicked for Good is a horrible movie, and I would take both of the actresses out. All right. Best Adapted Screenplay, according to Gold Derby. One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Begonia, No Other Choice, Frankenstein. That's my choices. According to Gold Derby, One Battle, Hamnet, Begonia, Wake Up Dead Man, No Other Choice. I did see Wake Up Dead Man. I actually was pleasantly surprised with that film. But the question is, are more critics / Oscar people more interested in nominating Wake Up Dead Man, another Knives Out movie, or Frankenstein? And I'm guessing they're still going to go with Frankenstein. I mean, I could be wrong. Sorry for my throat. Absolutely, I could be wrong. This is all a guessing game. And that is my... And I think I'm going to keep this one. I really think this is a good option for me to choose. Again, adapted screenplay is pretty awkward. Because remember when Top Gun Maverick made it in? But it didn't make it for cinematography? Some weird stuff can happen. Best Original. Let's see if anything's going to change here. Yeah, Blue Moon's coming out. My picks were Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners, it was Justin Askren, and Blue Moon. Best Original, it's Sinners, Sentimental, Marty Supreme, it was Just an Accident, Jake Kelly. I actually am going to have It Was Just an Accident winning screenplay. I think with everything happening with him getting arrested right now, I think that. All right, what do we got? My number 2 fan, AKI STOU. I'm probably I don't know how to pronounce that, but let's go. Let's see what you got. Keep up the good work. You're my number 1 destination for reviews. Wow, you see all of them, always without an agenda, with an open mind, and you see a lot of trash. Kudos. Salute back to you, kind sir. I'll be a little bit biased myself. Sometimes I do have an agenda. I mean, slightly, especially when I know that some themes are in the movie or actors. Sometimes I do have biases. Guilty as charged. If people say they don't, they're lying to you. But I do have open mind though. But I do sometimes have to be like, oh God, this actor's in it. Oh God. So, but I do see a lot of trash. That's the option. And like I said, I do try to see everything in theaters. I don't care what it is. What, rating, G to R to unrated. I will see whatever I can. Well, I didn't see Gabby's cat meow, meow, meow movie, so I did not see that one. All right, because I would probably be, kicked out and be like, this guy's, Anyway, all right, enough of that. All right, so, see, I should have talked about this in director. Guilty. Is Panahi going to win director for what is happening in Iran right now? That is what I'm wondering. So I'm actually we're just going to say this. We are going back to director. We are. Because I do, I think, here's the thing. Picture, One Battle's winning. Adapted screenplay, I think I have One Battle After Another winning. Right? So this is where Paul Thomas Anderson gets his Oscar. Paul Thomas Anderson also gets his Oscar for picture. Director, I'm switching this to It Was Just an Accident. I feel like The Arrest is going to... maybe people are going to forget about it when the actual Oscars happen, but I'm having Jafar Panahi winning the Oscar. Maybe I need to do a call sheet on that as well, or call sheet as well. Let's go back to original screenplay. I'm going to It Was Just an Accident again, winning this one. Blue Moon is coming out, even though I love the screenplay. And we are going to put in Secret Agent. That is right. I'm hoping to see Secret Agent. I know the Brazilian army attacked me the first video I did of this. And you know what? Sometimes I'm wrong. And we are going to put Secret Agent in here now for that. Even though Weapons... That could be a sneaky mix sneakers. Uh, but it was just an accident. I think has the highest chance of actually winning. Uh, it's a weird choice right now, right? All right, what is next? Casting. Okay, so I have been thinking about this category, right? And I heard some things that really make me go interesting. Like, let's look at one battle after another. Paul Thomas Anderson, is he casting the movie, or is it the actual casting director, right? Because PTA basically said, "Yo, Leo, be in my movie," and Leo DiCaprio was like, "Bet." Sinners, Ryan Coogler was like, "Hey, Michael B. Jordan, be in my movie." Bet. Hamnet, did Chloe Zhao be like, "Jesse Buckley, be in my movie," and she's like, "Bet." Sentimental Value, Trier, did he go, "Rhinesville, be in my movie," and she's like, "Bet." So that's what I'm trying to get at, right? Is how many of these categories are actually casting directors, or casting, or the director just having a hotline and a phone number, be like, "Yo, I wrote a script, be in my movie," and I do find that very interesting. But I have Battle, Sinners, Marty, Hamnet, Sentimental. Casting is one Battle, Sinners, Hamnet, Sentimental Value, Wicked for Good. I'm actually taking out Sentimental Value. And Hamnet, I want to take out, but I'm going to keep it in because I am seeing, like I said, I am seeing Hamnet on Friday. Okay. Okay. I even though I took that out, like it's probably going to get in, right? Okay, let's look at these choices, right? Wicked for Good. Wake Up Dead Man does have a solid cast, but yeah, Weapons, I heard it could just because oh yeah, one battle after another will win. Sinners will be very close. I do agree. The movie review teacher, which by the way, the movie review teacher also sees a lot of movies too, just like me. Everything like the obscure movies, he's like commenting on, and I'm like, "Hey, so you saw the thing with the feather as well?" Because I was like the only one in the theater. But anyway, yeah, I do think one battle is going to win for sure. But like I was talking about, I do think director might go to It Was Just an Accident as well as Screenplay because of him getting arrested in Iran to make it kind of a political statement. But this is casting, right? So I think Mari Supreme actually has one of the better casting because it's such a diverse cast. Not like that her diverse cast, like, oh my god, no. It's think about it. Kevin O'Leary, Tyler the Creator, Timothy Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow. Like you are getting these like spectrum actors that you're like, that person's usually not an actor. That's an artist that does rap. That was literally his last movie was Jackass Forever. You see what I'm getting at? One battle after another. Oh my god, you got Benicio del Toro, you got Leonardo, you got Sean Penn, you got, yes, you could say Chase Infinity and Regina Hall and Tiana Taylor. So yeah, I can see that one. Sinners, sure. Hamnet is the one where it's like, okay, you have the kid actor, you have Buckley, you have Mescal, and you have Watson, right? Is that really a big cast? Wake Up Dead Man is a bigger cast. Weapons is a bigger cast, right? When you look at like the druggies, the kids, the Amy Madigan. You have so many like different people in that movie that let's just go Weapons. We are going bonkers. You have to go bonkers sometimes, and we're going Weapons. So yeah, we're gonna go one battle, Sinners, Marty, Hamnet, Weapons. I know that's crazy. I know, but early predictions for casting next will go to Hunger Games. They hit it perfectly. Okay, so Hunger Games, I did not like the last one. I think this next one could be better, but we'll see what happens there. Weapons, I know that's a long shot, I know, but I'm just thinking about sentimental value, what you have, the four, and then the kid, sure. I don't know. This category is a crapshoot, but I don't know. I think Weapons, and also if you didn't know, apparently 3 weeks before filming, they had to recast everyone for Weapons except Amy Madigan. So when you think about who they had to recast and who they got for like Josh Brolin, Gardner, not Chow, wow, that's Bong. So it's like, wow, you got a lot of people out there. I forgot his name. He's in Doctor Strange. I'm an idiot. Anyway, I was on that category for a little bit, way too long, personally. Best cinematography, I had one Battle, Hamnet, Sinners, Frankenstein, and Marty. According to Gold Derby, it's in that exact order. Like I said, look at Train Dreams. Train Dreams is shooting up there. I plan on watching Train Dreams this weekend, hopefully on Sunday. We'll see how that goes. The last one I just watched was Ballad of a Small Player, which that is some cinematography. But I think this is a pretty safe bet to keep these 5. What's going to win cinematography? Probably one Battle after another, honestly. Just thinking about that road. And when you look at Sinners, Sinners will probably get nominated, but I just don't really, when I think of Sinners, I don't think about cinematography. Anyway, let's just go next. Pachow. All right, next is costume design, and I had Frankenstein, Wicked, Hamnet, Sinners, Marty. According to Gold Derby, they think it's going to be Frankenstein, Wicked, Hamnet, Sinners, and Testament Ann Lee. I still have not seen Testament Ann Lee, so I cannot give my personal opinion also, but I think I'm going to keep my 5. I think the Marty Supreme, the old, New York City scene will make it a choice. Testament Ann Lee, how many people have seen it? However, this is the one category where you don't have to really see it, because remember that movie which I called that was going to get nominated? It was called something about Miss Harris. Miss Harris Goes to Paris or something like that. Did I say that right? Yeah, Miss Harris Goes to Paris. I was like, I think that's going to get an Oscar nomination, and it did. But, I mean, this is kind of, I think Frankenstein is going to win this one through and throughout. Let's be reals here. All right, next one is Best Film Editing. I had one Battle, No Other Choice, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, and F1. I am kind of going with the same. Oh, no. I took Sinners out and to put in No Other Choice. I'm keeping No Other Choice in there. I think that's a bonkers reason not to do it. All right. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, dude. Your bias is your heart and your feelings. That's great. You don't praise it if it's bad. You can't praise it if it's unexpected. I love you after viewing reactions. Thank you for that, sir. And your review after the thoughts settle up. Number 2 fan who keeps me from the top. Well, apparently, Shawnee Mac 1, according to the chat, is number 1. I don't know why. Oh, wait, but you just came number 1 all of a sudden after the second comment with your smiley face. You're number 1 now. Choo, choo, choo. Anyway, yeah, you're biasing. I know, right? But everyone has biases. Let's be honest. If you say you don't, you're kind of crazy, because you have some people that are like, so yeah. But there's that. But yes, this may be the category that Wicked will steal. I hope this is a category F1 grabs. See, this is a good question, right, about film editing. I think Wicked's dropping in a lot of categories. It dropped pretty significantly in the second weekend, and I know for a fact that doesn't mean a lot. I know it doesn't, but I think F1, and like I said, I'm seeing No Other Choice tomorrow, but I heard that editing in that movie is absolutely bonkers. If I'm looking at Decision to Leave, his last movie was absolutely a fantastic one. Again, I do think F1's editing is fantastic. Sinners, I'm thinking about Sinners, right? And to me, that's not an editing movie. That I could be wrong, but just thinking about Sinners, I'm like, it was filmed normally. People keep, talking about that one musical scene, right, where it's slipping through space and time and music. If we're really going to talk about how the camera moves, watch Soderbergh's Presence movie, the one where the camera is the ghost. That is some fantastic film editing. That is some camera movement I've never seen before. But we don't talk about that. No, we don't. But, just my opinion. I think I'm going to keep film editing this way. I don't know. Sinners just doesn't feel like an editing movie. But, I could be wrong. I like this choice. Like I said, you got to go with your heart sometimes. One Battle After Another has all the great pedigrees, but Marty Supreme is a great contender. I personally have not seen Marty Supreme just yet. But I've been hearing great things about it. I know One Battle After Another, to me, I will say it was a good movie, not a great movie. My issues with One Battle After Another is Sean Penn was a cartoon character. Let's be honest. It is straight up cartoony. Especially, even when Tiana Taylor in the very beginning is like, get it up. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, to me, that sexual tension between them two was kind of forced. And then the whole scene where he wants to get whatever she stole back from him and that thing in the hotel room. Like, to me, that dynamic didn't work. Also, the white supremacy dynamic was just a little odd. Like, the Christmas, like, crew. Like, everything was, like, a very cartoony thing. And again, Benicio del Toro scene where he's, like, apparently it wasn't in the script, where Benicio del Toro was like, hey, we are going to act like this is, like, the Underground Railroad. Like, Harriet Tubman. And I'm like, you're comparing Harriet Tubman to people crossing the southern border on their free will? Harriet Tubman was doing slaves. They came from Africa on their own. They wasn't on their own free will. That's why the Underground Railroad was for that to become slave. So it's like, yeah. When Sinners is a hard sell, Weapons is niche. 100% agree. 100% agree with that one as well. Weapons is very niche, but I'm going to just put it in there for the hell of it for casting. Again, casting, I think, is a very odd category, right? Because like I said, who is doing the true casting? Is it the casting director, or is it directors calling up their broskies and being like, yo, be in my movie? Anyway, film editing, I think this is good. I think No Other Choice has a chance. So there we go. Hell yeah. Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, I know that was my one bout after another rant and everything like that of, how I think is a little bit overhyped. But, but you cannot deny that car chase, even though it was cool, I was expecting a little bit more, but it was something unique, right? All right. Makeup, hairstyle. I have Frankenstein, Wicked, Smashing Machine, Begonia, Weapons. According to Gold Derby, Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Sinner, Smashing Machine, Begonia. All right, guys and gals, if you're out there, mostly dudes are out there, is Smashing Machine still going to get in this? I feel like it's not. I feel like I gotta take Smashing Machine out. Oh my god! I'm doing it. All right, Weapons. I think if Amy Madigan has a chance of winning, makeup is going to be for her. Begonia, I don't know. I liked the makeup in that movie with the blood and guts and things like that. But what am I adding? Okay, people are putting Sinners. The only blood and guts in Sinners in the makeup was like the last 20 minutes and the hell no to what? The movie teacher, there's a delay in the chat. You need to tell me what you're saying hell no to. What's the hell no to? You gotta let me know. The movie teacher review. Hell no for what? Are you saying Smash Machine? Or what are you saying hell no to? But, 28 years later does have the better makeup, but the question is, how many people just want to talk about those penises in that movie, right? I mean, you know why that guy was an alpha. That's not me. All right, so Sinners, I just don't see hair and makeup. Yeah, the Smash Machine was very inaccurate with the terms of mark. Okay, so you're agreeing with me for taking Smash Machine out. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. But Sinners, let's talk about Sinners and makeup and Sinners, right? It is blood and guts in the last third act, and maybe the drool was a little bit crazy, but like it was dark. The third act was dark. You couldn't really see all of it. That Rock needed a lot more makeup and style to match up to him. Okay, I'll agree with that. We're taking Smash Machine out. We are taking Smashing Machine out. All right. But the question is, what do I put it in for? It probably is going to be Sinners, let's be honest. But since it is December and we have only one more month before the, January 24th. So I probably might do 2 in January to be like, the beginning of the month and then the mid-month. But let's put 28 years later in there. I know that's like a rare choice. I know, and it's probably not going to happen. Guilty as charged. But you got to have at least, like I said, some fun with some of these categories of what's going to occur. Even actually, Wicked for Good is because of the green makeup, let's be honest. All right, so there we go. I know that this is the crazy category. Maybe there's more. All right, production design. Frankenstein, Hamnet, Wicked, Sinners, Avatar. I'm taking Avatar out. After hearing Avatar, I heard it's basically the same movie as the second one. So, why keep it in there, right? Why keep it in? All right, Frankenstein, I think is going to win. Wicked for Good sure, Yellow Brick Road, blah blah blah. Sinners, they did make that cool set with the barn. Sure, Hamnet, apparently the last play scene is pretty good for production design. So I'm gonna have to go with Marty Supreme with this one. With the because I'm guessing when I think about Marty Supreme now, the production design, you have New York, you have different countries, you have the hotel rooms, you have the actual ping pong scenes. So I'm gonna guess they're gonna have to do a lot of scenes with that. So let's go Marty Supreme. One battle after another. That could maybe make it in there if the critics are just like it so much. But I mean, this is kind of a weak category this year. Let's be honest. Let's just keep that though. I think that is pretty good. When sound comes up, I swear to God, if Warfare isn't a choice still, I'm freaking out. Score. I have Battle, Sinners, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Begonia. According to Gold Derby, it's Sinners, One Battle, Hamnet, Frankenstein, Wicked for Good. Oof. Oh, hair and makeup 100% is going to go to Frankenstein. 100%. That's winning. 100% that's winning. And that's why maybe Jacob Elordi might make it into Best Supporting Actor, but I don't know. All right. Here we go, though. Best Score. Sinners, One Battle After Another seem pretty prominent. I mean, Begonia's score is freaking sweet. Hell no, he's the first. Who's the first? There's a little bit of delay when it comes to me talking, like a 10-second delay. So you gotta tell me who's the first. Who isn't the first? I haven't seen Marty Supreme. I mean, Frankenstein does have a pretty powerful score, and it does seem like that's going to get in there because it's Benicio del Toro. Not Benicio del Toro. Oh, my God. Guillermo del Toro, you freaking idiot. Maybe I do got to take Begonia out and keep Marty Supreme because I think Marty Supreme has a better chance of just getting more Oscar noms. Even though I do love Begonia's score, Frankenstein's getting in. I do think One Battle After Another does have a chance of winning, so it'll be his first time getting an Oscar nomination. So that is my score choice. That is what we have. All right, where's the mouse? I'm an idiot. Where's the mouse? Oh, where? There it is. God dang it, Chase. Best sound. Sinners, F1, Avatar, One Battle, Wicked for Good. All right. The only reason I had House of Dynamite in there, as I say Wicked, but I'm biased on that because my former contract worked on it. Like I said, everyone has biases. It is all good. With Wicked, that's pretty cool that your former college roommate worked on Wicked. That's pretty awesome. That's always what I wanted to do growing up, because you can tell with my movies, I'm a movie dude, is work behind the camera. Like, even just, like, being a carpenter, to me, that's just so cool to build, like, a production set. To me, that's, like, the bee's knees, right? All right, so we need to know if Warfare is actually an option anymore. They finally put Warfare in there. After 3 months, they put... Oh, you're putting production design as Wicked. You think it's going to win back-to-back. Interesting. Hey. Warfare. Finally, someone put Warfare in there. Warfare is the best sound of the year. Once you see that in theaters, there is no doubt about it that the gunfire, the ringing in the ears, the absolute sheer terror of the gun battles in Warfare deserves an Oscar nom. If 13 Hours could get this Oscar nomination, like when that came out, why can't Warfare? So the question is, though, does Avatar Fire and Ash still have a chance? Absolutely agree there. On Warfare, 100%. Like, I'm biased in this one because I have F1 winning, and F1 has some damn good sound, but if I was an Oscar voter, Warfare would get my number one vote. Then it would go Formula 1, and then, but Avatar Fire and Ash, oof. One battle after another, yeah, the car chases were good. Yeah, of course, Avatar's going to probably have some pretty good sound, right? So you can't probably deny that, but if Avatar Fire and Ash doesn't get in a Best Picture, which I don't have it in there, will it still get best sound? Because it's going to get, visual effects. It's 100%. Oh, you're going to score as Sinners for politics. The reason why, that's a good bet. But here's the thing. I know some people might do that whole, like, the guy that did the score for Sinners, he's won, like, 2 times in a row, right? With Oppenheimer and what he did last year. So are they going to give him 3 Oscars already, while the guy who was in, what am I trying to say? The guy that did John Greenwood, I don't know really composer, so Guilty is his first time gonna win. So that's why I was like, I don't know with that one. Watching Warfare in a movie theater versus at home is insane. I haven't watched it at home yet. I do have a pretty solid surround sound system, 7.1, with a good bass. So I'm guilty with not knowing what it sounds like at home. But in theaters, Warfare was crazy. Who's number 1 fan? The teacher. I got schooled. Hey, you guys keep flipping. Y'all keep flipping like 1 and 2. So let's see what happens, yo. All right, but best sound, like Sinners is Sinners really a sound movie as well? Like maybe I gotta really think about that because of the whole baseboards in the barn. Maybe I could see that in the gun with the Tommy gun. Maybe. Okay, we'll keep it in there. But it's Avatar: Fire and Ice. But when you look at this, after Wicked, it goes to Frankenstein with 20%. And of course, yeah, you could say Frankenstein with the beginning where he's like rocking the boat and the crackling of the ice. Sure. But I think Avatar will have a lot more of gunfire. So let's just keep these 5. Warfare, though, needs that Oscar nomination. It truly, truly does. All right, what do we got next? Visual effects. We know Avatar: Fire and Ice is going to win. We all know this. Preaching the choir. But F1, The Lost Bus, Superman, and Frankenstein. Love Begonia's score, but Kinds of Kindness is even better. I got to remember the Kinds of Kindness score. Guilty. I don't remember that one. All right. So this one, I have The Lost Bus. That's my bias-y. I love The Lost Bus. To me, that's a movie that is completely overlooked through and throughout. But of course, it's probably not going to get nominated. Wicked for Good. Yes. Wicked for Good, production design, absolutely. But when you think about the CGI for Wicked for Good, the only truly good parts are the monkeys. All the other animals just didn't work for me, yo. It just didn't. This is my true F1 should win category is visual effects. Honestly, yeah, I do have a point agree with you because it's so seamless. And Avatar is just, I hate to say it, it's all, that camera. Yeah. So it's like it feels like it takes more time and effort for F1 now because Avatar, they have that computer system that could kind of do it more fluently. So I agree with that. I just don't see Wicked for Good getting this visual effects. I put Lost Buses for the shits and giggles of it. Of course, this is one of the weird categories that's going to go to the short list. So maybe a lot of these are going to disappear anyway. But I kind of like this. Let's just keep it as this for visual effects. Have more fun with this one. All right, what do we have next? We got, all right, animated feature. If you notice, Demon Slayer is going up because it is getting critic choice. Yo, like I said, okay, but I'm making changes. I am making 100% changes with this one. I still think K-pop is winning. I do think I finally watched K-pop. Guilty. I finally watched it, and yeah, it's a fun movie. And another hot take, it's animated better than the Spider-Man ones. Spider-Man ones are way too sporadically edited, in my opinion, and is way too flashy. There's a lot of style. I think K-pop is a lot more timid. Zootopia is number 2, though. I think Scarlett's Gonskis, and we're going to go Little Amelia. And right there, we're going to go that. We are going to go K-pop, Zootopia, Arco, Little Amelia, and Demon Slayer. Everything else, I just don't see it happening. But, that's a pretty simple category. I think maybe I have 1 or 2 more left. Yep, last one. They do not have song yet. So song is still not an option. All right. Best international film. Sentimental, It Was Just an Accident, Secret Agent, No Other Choice, and the voice of Hin Rajab. It seems like those are the ones. I saw that 3 Oscars and Sound is Rare. Oh, yeah. Agree. But K-pop, absolutely, yeah. But no, that's just my, with that, I just don't know. So with this one, I am sticking with Surat. Something is a gut feeling about this one that has a choice. I saw Left-Handed Girl is on Netflix. This is another. Oh, they actually don't have documentaries on this yet, do they? No, they don't. They don't have docs or score yet. Anyway, so I mean, like I said, I've seen Sentimental Value, and maybe I'm just in the wrong. It didn't emotionally hit me. To me, it was just a fine family drama that dragged a little bit too long. Yes, the whole point of the script, feeling sorry for the daughter and trying to connect, absolutely understand. And the metaphor with the house cracking, I understand it. But to me, it just was a little preachy. And that, like I said, I'm seeing No Other Choice tomorrow. It was just an accident. It was a good movie. Like, it was a very solid 80% film. A Secret Agent, I still need to watch it. And I heard Surat. But for some reason, Surat, I have a gut feeling is going to make it in there. I don't know. But that'd be crazy for Neon to make it for, like, all of them, right? But we'll just keep it as is. Like I said, I'm hoping to like No Other Choice. I'm not trying not to keep it biased. But there we have it. So, like I said, the big categories, I do have one battle. Let's just go back to a quick recap if you guys just hopped in. Pitcher, I still have one battle after another winning, even though personally I would not choose that one to win. It is what it is. I did make a change, director. I am saying Jafar Panahi is going to win this one because of him being arrested in Iran like yesterday or today. To me, that's going to occur. They're going to give it to him. Actress, I am going with Jessie Buckley. I've just, apparently that, I need to find a way to see sentimental value. I've grown fond of Ellie Fanning. I actually took her out just because, like, I honestly thought Ellie Fanning was way better in A Complete Unknown. I thought she was way better in A Complete Unknown, and she got snubbed there. So we have that. Actor, I do have Timothy Chalamet. Like I said, I actually have money on him winning. Supporting actress, I have Amy Madigan. I have Amy Madigan winning. Again, I put money on her winning, 16% odds. But this is the hard one. I think supporting actress, speak about that, just going back to you real quick, this is going to be one of the harder categories to choose from. Like, even though, like, see, with this lady right here, I'm not going to act like I pronounce her name. You could say there's no way she's going to get in. But look at Igor from Honora, right? You know what? Because you're fond of Eli Fanning, we're putting her in. We are putting her in. We're doing it. And I think Gwyneth Paltrow has a chance. So we made a quick change right there. And I think final one is no. All right, do not put that Ariana Grande stuff in my head. I can't do it. I do not like her as a that's where my biases come in. Is Cynthia Erivo is the supporting actress in the new Wicked, and I like her better. Ariana Grande, she was just Amanda Seyfried or Rachel McAdams throughout the films. I just couldn't do it. Sorry. And I know this odd one is Delroy Lindo. I know a lot of people have Jacob Elordi and Frankenstein, but I think Delroy Lindo was the best actor in Sinners, in my opinion. So there is where my December Oscar picks are there. Like I said, January, I will probably do two, one in the beginning and one in the middle, because I'm going to do a live reaction. And I know there's a lot more stuff coming out between now and January, like Golden Globes, Critic Choice, and things like that. So a lot of things are about to ramp up. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for being in my chat, the movie teacher, movie review teacher. I'm sorry. Ask is two. You know, I suck at pronouncing shit. So that, and also for Shawnee Mac 1. Thank you for being in my chat. You number 1 and number 2 fans. You're in my heart forever. Chase Scott here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm on this Futontopia. You Blue Futonians. Thank you much for a great day. I don't care what you say tomorrow. We can run with you. If not, I'll see a freaking one of you. Peace, love, peace, love. And if I leave the chat, or if I leave this video, still let me know what you think down below. Thank you again for being on this chat. Thank you again for being part of my